was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd changed at all, if her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Papa's homemade dress, Mama's bank book wasn't big enough. I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues, getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of herself, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west, split up on a dark sad night, both agreeing it was best. I turned around to look at her as she was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, "We'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue." I was working in the good North Woods, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, was lucky for to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I saw a lot of women, but she never skipped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in the topless place, and I stopped in for a top. I said I was missing half of my face. She said, "You came to the wrong shop." And later out when the crowd thinned on, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in the back of my chair, saying to me, "Don't I know your name?" I nodded along underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes, tangled up in blue. She laid a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought she'd never say hello. She said, "You look like the silent type." Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul, from me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with him on Montague Street, a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night, revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. I had to sell up everything I owned and froze up inside. Later on, when the power thing, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew in blue. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All of these people I used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point.